definitely done a lot of collabs before, the most notable of which being my Small Tubers Talk series, in which I had 17 or 18 YouTubers talking about YouTube related issues in a similar format to this series, and then the other however many series Febriana has done on this channel.
I have done a few collaborations, and each one has been a tremendous experience. It's always been fantastic.
I have done a big collaboration, which was probably the best collaboration that I've done on my whole entire channel.
I did a positivity collaboration for New Year because everybody needs positivity in their lives. That's the whole point of my channel.
I've done collabs in real life and online. I like doing both actually. I don't mind either one, but I would actually like it if I got more people to collab with me in real life.
I have done about 30 collabs so far. My original goal was actually to hit 50 collabs by the end of 2016.
The first collaboration that I ever did was with David Stoll because we both live in New York City, so it was like a no-brainer. Like, duh, why are we not collaborating yet?
All of the collaborations I've done have been like this one, where I film myself and send in the footage to the person who's running the whole project.
The only other collaboration I've really done was when I first started making my channel and my friend came over and we answered some questions and it was cool.
It is so much fun to be a part of somebody else's channel or them be a part of your channel.
It was like you actually get to do a video with someone else. It's usually just you, but you actually get to like make content with another person.
I got to kind of mesh different points of view on the same subject to really give a rounded, perspective.
It's always gone really above and beyond my expectations of what the video will look like. So I am ecstatic with every collaboration I've done.
I really like how many people want to be involved and how genuine they are about it. It would be really easy for someone to use a collaboration experience to siphon subscribers and, I don't know, try to gain something from it without actually caring about the project or what it stands for.
What I love about doing collaborations is that I get to know the other person's point of view, and I also get to just make friends along the way. Actually, another good point is that I get to see how others kind of put their ideas together, how they edit everything, and I get to kind of learn from other YouTubers as well.
I love just like getting to know the other YouTuber that you collab with, to share your ideas and like just interact.
I do know there's quite a number of people doing this collab, and we are all sitting on Twitter talking to each other.
And it's just a bunch of different emotions at once because you're excited, but then you're also like nervous because you're like, oh my god, how are we gonna get this posted on the same day? Are we both gonna be ready?
I was very nervous. Very, very nervous. I am meeting somebody for the first time that I see on screen, but not in real life, so it's kind of, I don't know, it could go either way, you don't know, but I got there and, he is just like such a lovely, lovely man.
Getting to know new people that you have never seen their videos before, you're not familiar with their channels, all of a sudden when you're in a collaboration with them, you really do get to know them.
Like, for example, me and Dory did a collaboration about body positivity, and I got to know her so well as a person. I just adore her to death. Dory, you are one of my favorite people in the whole world, and I just love you.
You get to do a project with not only just you, but somebody else, and you can get together with this person and think of a really cool idea and put your minds together and create this really great project.
Instead of thinking of an idea all by yourself, you have someone else who you can develop an idea with. And collaboration is always good because you have two different minds who think about the same thing, and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my hand.
Mostly about talking to friends and like getting involved with more things, and you have to be active in the community if you want it to grow anyway.
And what I've learned is it's really fun and a great way to blend with each other.
You get to feel like you're part of a team, you get to hear different ideas, you sort of get an insight into how different people work creatively speaking, and so it's given me a lot of insight into what other people are doing and sort of helped me fill out and round out my creative process as well.
But then when you get in like huge collaborations, it's just really cool to know who's all involved in that and getting to know those people as well, and it's just so cool. You get to meet a bunch of new people.
Seeing the end result of all the hard work that I know that YouTuber put into the collaboration. I've done a few collaborations and it's probably double the work of a regular video just for all the footage involved and all the footage you have to go through and piece together what music you want. The list goes on. So props to you, Febriana to everyone else. She's Febby to us. That's right. We cool like that.
I have yet to organize a large-scale collab, so I don't have any advice on it. But if you would like advice, I would say contact Febriana because she's amazing at this, or Sarah May. I mean, they both organize huge collabs all the time.
My biggest piece of advice would be to actually plan it and plan it out a lot, especially if it's a large-scale collab like this. When it comes to organizing a collab, make sure you set a deadline and make sure to remind people about when that deadline's coming up. Some people can forget to film a video because of their busy schedules, so it's always great to give them a little reminder that you do want to get this video done. But you also have to accept that not everyone is going to want to be a part of it. Not everyone will get their clips in on time. There's going to be bumps in the road, but you just gotta get with it. You gotta move on and just accept that it's not gonna turn out the way you first planned.
I've never organized a collab, but I do know someone, Febriana, who did an excellent job of planning and organizing. So what she did was she gave us plenty of time to film this, yet I waited till like the last week. She's not doing it just for like subscriber count or just to have someone else. She's doing it for good reasons.
I think having a spreadsheet to give to each individual, like I have mine right here, that Febby gave each and every one of us. I have my little notes on the answers that I want to give to the question, that way it can trigger my memory. Everything that you need to know is right here, so it eliminates people bothering you for questions. Nobody got time for that. Look at the paper, girl. Damn.
When it comes to planning, I say it's very important to start like with a title of something you might think you want to talk about and write it down on a piece of paper. Like get a piece of paper out and just like start writing down like whatever, because it makes sure that you have the information there and you will not forget it later on.
If you are planning a collaboration, make sure that you have a plan ahead of time. Think about what your vision for the collaboration is. What is the overall message you want to send with it? Make sure it's organized in such a way that your message will come across. Make sure that you have very, very clear instructions for the people that are participating in your collab to follow. That way the message is progressing the way you envision it to progress.
Know what your end goal is, know what you are creating, have a vision for it, and then find people that will fit into that vision. Find different people that will provide a puzzle piece to fill in each of those spaces, basically. For an example of someone who's really good at knowing exactly what she needs, ask Febriana to send you a copy of the questions and the content that was going into this collab, because she has it down to a science. She is an expert at it. Just listen to her.
Know what you're doing. Like, know what your idea is, what you're trying to come across, because some people might not understand what you're saying.
If you plan it all through, it will be easier in the end. And if you don't plan it all through, you will have probably a lot of struggles in the end when you're trying to put together the whole video.
Being on YouTube, I've learned one thing, that always be sure what you want to do and what is the aim of your video and your message. If your work and your message combine together, sync with your thoughts and ideas, you've done a great job.
Another thing is you have to have someone who kind of is really passionate about what you're doing as well. So if the person you're collaborating with isn't passionate about it, they're not going to want to put their 100% into it, and it's going to feel like you're trying to drag them along when they're actually not putting all their effort that they should be into it. You can kind of tell when you actually do collaborations if both of you are kind of click together, and some people just aren't meant to do collabs and stuff, but you eventually know that by actually doing the videos.
I think before collaboration, you have to get to know the person, but at the same time, a collaboration is a good way to like get to know the person. So like just talk to humans on the internet and you'll get a collab.
Collabs should be fun, light-hearted and discussion based so that everyone's going to get some sort of insight to you as a person, your personality.
I think you absolutely have to approach the person with a good, solid idea. You either need to be like, right, this is what I want to do, no ifs, ands, or buts, it's scripted, this is what I need. Or you can go in, like I've done before, and say, right, this is the idea I have, I think you'd be great for it, I'm really open to ideas as well.
However, when you are working with another person, a live human being right next to you, anything that you have in your mind that is thought up of how you want this video to go goes out the door. So the only advice that I would give if you are going to do an in-person collab is just go with the flow. Just let it be. Whatever happens, happens, because you cannot control what the other person will do. And if you just, you know, let go of any apprehension or, you know, any controlling elements, you will have great content.
Collaborations on this scale, where you have under 100,000 subscribers or even under 100 subscribers, are a moment of vulnerability for creators, because you're still trying to find your voice and your image and your brand and all of that stuff that goes with online media. But then you have this second of vulnerability where you're not quite sure how to interact with all of those components with another person. And in those moments of vulnerability is when beautiful things happen.
Collaboration like this, I think, is really nice to get a sense of being in a community, because we're all sharing our own ideas and opinions, and we don't know what the other person said, but once we see the finished result, you know, getting to hear what other people have to say, it's really cool, and you can kind of, you know, hopefully forge more of a connection with other people that, you know, you may not have connected to before.
Good luck on the editing, Feli! Woo!